Hi guys, so today I created this look which is just a simple brown smoky eye, and rather than do it winged out I've done it quite rounded. But it's pretty simple and it's really good for all eye shapes and eye colours, which is why I love it. It's wearable for daytime or nighttime. I'd wear this in the day, but if you're not comfortable wearing, you know, a bit heavier makeup, it'll be perfect for a nighttime look. So the first thing I'm doing is priming my skin with my Nivea Men Post Shave Balm. This obviously got famous by Nikki Tutorials. It has glycerin in it to help makeup stick to the skin. It does have quite a strong fragrance to start off with, but once it's rubbed into the skin you just can't smell it anymore, so depending on whether you like the fragrance or not, you might not enjoy that product. And then mixing my MAC Studio Fix Fluid in NC15 and my Gosh BB cream. The only reason I'm mixed in is because obviously I'm not in NC15 at the minute, so I'm just mixing to get my perfect shade. And then using the Bourjois Healthy Mix Concealer in 51 just to highlight and conceal under the eyes and a few extra areas around the face. And I'm also just blending that in with the same brush I used to blend in my foundation. And then I'm going to set that with my RCMA No Colour Powder. So starting off with a bit heavier hand under my eyes just to really set that and make sure there's no creasing and the concealer doesn't move throughout the day, and also taking it across my eyelid, which is going to prime for the eyeshadow. And then with a bit more of a light hand I'm just going to set the rest of the face very lightly, just because I prefer setting my face before I apply powder bronzers and blushers, because otherwise I feel like it doesn't stick to the skin properly and it can make the foundation quite patchy underneath. And then I'm just going to quickly fill in my eyebrows using the Maybelline Colour Tattoo in the colour Creamy Beige. This is actually a perfect colour for my skin. It's obviously not meant to be used for eyebrows, but I really like using it for eyebrows. So I'm just filling them in, making them slightly thicker and giving them more of an arch, because my eyebrows are very fair and they don't really have much shape, they're kind of just a straight line, so I'm just trying to get them in the shape I want them while still making them look as natural as possible. And then to keep them looking more natural I'll use a brow gel just to push the hairs up and give them more texture so it doesn't look like they're just drawn on fake brows. You can see the actual hairs there, so they look a lot more natural. And then using my Naked palette, I'm going to go in Naked, which is the lightest matte shade, just as a transition colour in my crease, just buffing it through. And rather than starting on the outer corner, I'm going to originally place the brush right in the centre of my eye, because where you put the brush down first is where you're going to get the most product. So I'm going to do that right in the centre of my eye, so most of the products get deposited there. And that's going to create, again, more of the rounded look, rather than the winged out look on the outer corner. This is really good if you have kind of quite small eyes, because I've got quite small eyes. I actually really like it for this. And then I'm going to do the exact same thing but with a smaller brush, so it's going to be lower down and denser in the crease. This is going to be more of a defining colour rather than a transition colour to blend. This is going to give me the more of a defined look into that socket line. And then going back in with the brush we applied Naked with, I'm going to blend that through just so there's no harsh lines. And then taking a dark brown eyeshadow, this is by Daly, which you can get at Tesco, and it's called Truffle. It has got a bit of shimmer in, but you can once it's on the lid you can't really see it, but you can use a shimmer or a matte colour. And I'm going to begin packing that all over the lid, all the way from inner corner to outer corner. I'm not going to go heavier anywhere on the eye, it's going to go all the way from outer to inner corner. And then once I've got a nice layer over the lid, I'm going to just sweep a tiny bit, just slightly higher up, slightly into the crease, and then go back in with the original brush again to blend it and make everything nice and smooth. Then back in with Book, I'm going to take that on the outer corner of the lower lash line and also on the inner corner. And again, this is going to create the rounded look rather than just doing it on the outer corner, which might create a wing. And then the shimmery gold in the Naked palette called Half Baked, that's going to go right in the centre of the eye. Draw attention to the centre of the eye again, more rounded, and also I think that makes the eyes appear a bit brighter. And again, for more brightness, the Rimmel Scandleyes eyeliner, and this is the nude colour. This is just going to open up the eyes and make them look a bit more awake, and I'm going to set that with Virgin from the Naked palette. I find that eyeliners don't stay very well in my waterline, so I like to set them with a powder, and this is just going to make my eyes look a lot brighter because I've got small eyes. Using quite a dark eyeliner can kind of close off my eyes, but if you were wearing this out for a night, you could definitely do like a black or a brown, and that'd make it really smoky and dramatic. And then I just highlighted my inner corner and brow bone with that, and then I'm applying a bit of mascara. And then taking my NYC Sunny Bronzer, I'm just going to use that for a little bit of contour, but mainly to bronze up the skin. I'm not doing like a strict harsh contour with it. So I'm taking it under the cheekbones and also on top of the cheekbones, round the hairline and forehead, and also down the chin and neck. And then taking a clean brush, I'm going to blend that, because one of the things that always kind of worries me about my makeup is I'm always terrified of having really unblended bronzer, so I always make sure to blend my bronzer in afterwards. And then taking Hussy by Illamasqua, which is a matte pink blush, I'm just going to apply that from the end of your eye straight down. That's why I apply the most colour, and then I blend it forward and backwards. And then taking the Smashbox Soft Lights in the shade Pearl, I'm going to use that for a highlight on the cheekbones. This is quite an intense highlight, and also it matches quite well with the colour of Virgin from the Naked palette. It's quite a similar colour, not exactly the same, but quite similar. And if you didn't have a highlight, you could always use the shimmery eyeshadow you used anyway. I'm going to use it on my cheekbones, on my nose, on my cupid's bow, and also a bit on my chin. And again, going in with a clean brush to blend everything together and make sure there's no specific lines from the highlight into the skin or into the blush, because that's another thing. I don't like that really sharp line of highlight. I like it to be quite diffused. And then taking the wispy lashes from Ardell. These are normal wispies, not demi wispies, so they're a bit longer, whereas demi wispies are a lot more natural. I'm just popping those on. And then finishing up with a nudie lip. This is Liar by Urban Decay. It's more of a brown nude, and not very, it's quite dark nude rather than a light nude, but it's quite creamy, and I'm not going to apply a gloss or a lip liner because I don't feel like you need it with these lipsticks. But after that, that's the finished look, so I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video.